The truth about success? Most people miss it. They think it's about working harder. They think it's about luck. But success is simpler than that. It's about a few core principles. Principles the top 1% follow daily. Principles society often overlooks completely. Today I'll reveal 8 of these principles. They're not just theories or feel-good ideas. These are tested, proven strategies. They've transformed millions of lives, including mine. They've helped people build wealth from scratch. They've turned dreams into reality. Now let me ask you something. Have you ever felt stuck, like everyone else is moving forward, while you're just existing? I know that feeling well. I spent years wondering what I was doing wrong. But then I found the answers. These 8 principles changed everything for me. They'll change everything for you too. They're simple but powerful. The first one might shock you. It goes against everything we learned in school. But its true success isn't about your circumstances. It's about your mindset, your actions, your choices. So let's dive in. Principle 1. Your life changes when you change. Think about this. Most people spend years waiting for a lucky break, waiting for circumstances to shift, for things to finally get better. They point fingers at the economy, at the job market, at the unfairness of life. But let me share something I've learned after observing countless people. Change doesn't happen from the outside, it happens from within. If you want your life to change, you need to change. Now let me paint you a picture with a story. There were 2 employees, both working at the same company. Each faced the same difficult boss. They endured the same tight deadlines and the same low pay. On the surface, these 2 were in identical situations. But the way they reacted changed everything. The first employee spent his days complaining. He'd gossip about the boss, curse the workload, and grumble through his tasks. He believed he was trapped in a dead-end job. He blamed everyone and everything. But he never thought to look inward. Year after year, he waited. He thought, if only things were different, my life would be better. Then there was the second employee. He also had plenty of reasons to complain. But he made a different choice. Instead of using his lunch break to complain, he spent it reading books on business, leadership, personal growth. When the workday ended, he didn't clock out on his dreams. He used those after-work hours to learn new skills, network with other ambitious people, and work on side projects. What happened 5 years down the line? Here's the contrast. The first employee, he was still there. Same desk, same complaints, same paycheck. The second, he had quit the company and launched his own business. And his income? 3 times what it used to be. Same start. Same challenges, different outcomes. Why? Because one waited for change and the other became the change. You see, the power of change is right here within each of us, but here's the catch, it's not comfortable. True change means looking in the mirror and asking yourself, what can I do differently? It's tough to face your own habits, your own beliefs, your own actions. But the reward is massive. If you want to see change, start by changing yourself. Start small. Maybe it's as simple as committing to one new habit, like reading 10 pages of a good book each day. Maybe it's setting aside time to reflect on what you want in life. Maybe it's making a decision to let go of excuses. But take that first step. Once you start, the rest follows. Life changes when you do. Principle 2. Your income rarely exceeds your personal development. This one is a game changer. Think about this for a moment. How much we earn is rarely just about our job. It's about who we are. It's about our habits, our mindset, our skills. If you want to increase your income, don't just work harder at your job, work harder on yourself. Picture it this way. If you're making $50,000 a year, it's because right now you're a $50,000 person. I don't mean this as an insult. It's just a reflection of your skills, your mindset, and your habits. If you want to make $100,000, then first you have to become a $100,000 person. The money always follows who you become. This was a tough concept for me to grasp at first, but then I saw it in action. I met a woman who had struggled with money for most of her life. She worked hard but never seemed to get ahead. Then something changed. She made a decision to transform herself. She didn't just pick up new skills. She redefined how she saw money, time, and value. She took control of her personal growth. In 1 year, she read 50 books. That's almost 1 book a week. She joined communities of people who pushed her, challenged her, helped her grow. She even started waking up at 5 a.m. to focus on her growth before the day started. It wasn't easy, it wasn't quick, but the transformation was real. And her income? It tripled within 18 months, all because she made herself the priority. The truth is, there's no secret shortcut. Want to earn more? Start with growing yourself. Here's a simple way to begin. Commit to learning. Set a goal to read, to study, to absorb the wisdom of others. Start attending seminars, listening to audiobooks, connecting with mentors. Dedicate time each day to grow, even if it's just a little. One powerful principle is this: you become what you repeatedly do. If you repeatedly invest in yourself, if you keep stretching your mind, if you develop better habits, your value increases. And as your value increases, so does your income. If you're looking to go to the next level, ask yourself, what skills do I need? What habits do I need to change? It might mean putting in extra hours, working on your communication, or even shifting your perspective. Whatever it is, the path to growth is one you have to walk yourself. But as you do, you'll notice an amazing thing. Your income starts to follow. Not because of luck, not because of some outside force, but because you grew into a person who naturally attracts that level of income. So remember, the path to higher income is simple, not always easy, but simple. Work on yourself, make it a priority, become more valuable to others, and the income will naturally follow. It's the kind of investment that never fails. Principle 3. Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. This is one of those principles that can transform your entire outlook on life. Most people, when faced with obstacles, think, I wish this would be easier. They wait for the world to change, for their circumstances to soften, for the problems to magically disappear. But the truth? Life rarely gets easier. The challenges don't fade away. Success doesn't come from an easy road, it comes from becoming a stronger traveler. Let me share a personal story. When I first started my business, everything felt impossible. The market was unforgiving. The competition was intense, and I was as green as they come. I didn't have the experience, the resources, or the know-how. Every day I found myself hoping maybe tomorrow will be easier, but you know what? It wasn't. If anything, the challenges only grew tougher. Then I stumbled upon this principle: don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. That simple shift changed everything. I stopped looking outward for comfort and started looking inward for strength. Instead of asking, when will this get easier, I began asking, how can I get better? How can I grow stronger, more capable, more resilient? I realized I didn't need an easier path. I needed a stronger mindset, a sharper skill set, a heart more prepared for the journey. So I rolled up my sleeves and got to work. I committed to learning, to growing, to transforming myself. I read books, sought advice, took risks, faced my fears. The market didn't change, the competition didn't vanish. But I changed, I became better. And those same challenges that once felt insurmountable, they started to feel manageable because I was stronger. The secret to success isn't in avoiding challenges, it's in becoming the kind of person who can face them head on. Think about the greats in any field: athletes, entrepreneurs, artists. They didn't reach the top because the world got easier for them. They reached the top because they kept improving themselves. So here's a question for you. What would happen if, instead of hoping for an easier life, you focused on becoming a better version of yourself? Imagine the strength you could build, the resilience you could cultivate, the skills you could master. Life won't stop throwing challenges your way, but you'll be ready. Success is a journey, not a smooth ride. Embrace the bumps. Embrace the grind. Each obstacle you face is an opportunity to grow, to become better, to build yourself into a person who doesn't need an easy path to succeed. Principle 4. The law of average income. This principle is a real eye-opener. It's been said that your income, your lifestyle, your habits, even your mindset is often a direct reflection of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Think about that for a moment. Who you choose to surround yourself with shapes you in ways you might not even realize. Take a minute to think about the people closest to you. Your family, your friends, your colleagues. What are their habits? What's their attitude toward success, money, growth, happiness? Are they pushing forward, reaching for more, working on themselves daily? Or are they content, staying where they are, complaining about life but doing nothing to change it? Here's the truth: we are social beings. Whether we're aware of it or not, we're constantly absorbing the mindsets, habits, and attitudes of those around us. That's why successful people are intentional about their company. They understand this simple fact: if you surround yourself with people who are driven, ambitious, and hungry for growth, you're more likely to adopt those qualities yourself. But if you spend your time with people who are stuck, who complain more than they act, who settle instead of striving, you'll feel that pull too. Let me share a personal experience. There was a time in my life when I noticed I was feeling ... stagnant. I was doing okay, but I wasn't growing like I wanted to. I looked around at my circle and realized something. The people I spent the most time with weren't pushing themselves. They were comfortable, they had settled, they were content where they were because they were, and it started rubbing off on me. That's when I made a difficult decision. I decided to seek out a different circle. I started attending seminars, joining groups, going to events where people were passionate about growth. I made connections with people who were ahead of me, who had a fire in them, who wanted more from life. It wasn't easy. It meant letting go of some relationships that weren't serving my growth. But here's what happened: I started to rise. My mindset shifted. My income increased. My vision for my life expanded. It's not about judging anyone. It's about being honest about where you're headed. If you're serious about your growth, you have to be serious about the company you keep. Here's a simple exercise. Write down the names of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Next to each name, write down their habits, their average income, their attitude toward life. Are these people you admire? Are they living lives you'd be proud to emulate? If not, it might be time to start looking for new influences. You don't have to cut ties or be harsh, but do start finding ways to add growth-minded people to your circle. It might mean joining a mastermind group, attending a workshop, or finding a mentor. Whatever it takes, surround yourself with people who lift you higher. Because over time, you'll find your mindset, your habits, your standards, and yes, your income will start to reflect the company you keep. You're not just the sum of your efforts, you're the sum of the people you let influence your life. Choose wisely. And as you rise, you might just inspire others to do the same. The journey to success is easier and far more fulfilling when you're walking alongside people who share your vision. Principle 5. Success leaves clues. Here's a simple truth: success is not a mystery, it's not luck, it's not random. Success leaves clues. Those who've achieved great things have followed certain patterns, habits, and strategies. And the best part? These patterns can be learned, studied, and repeated. Think about it like this: if you wanted to become a top chef, you wouldn't lock yourself in a kitchen, experimenting aimlessly. You'd study under master chefs, learn their techniques, understand their recipes, and practice until you made them your own. You'd absorb their wisdom, then apply it. Life works the same way. Whether your goal is in business, fitness, relationships, or anything else, someone has already achieved what you want to achieve, and they've left a trail of clues behind them. They've written books, given talks, shared stories. All that's required is for you to learn from them, follow their example, and apply their principles. For years, I struggled because I didn't understand this. I thought I had to figure everything out by myself. I tried to reinvent the wheel at every turn. And I stumbled, I failed, I wasted time. But when I discovered this principle, things changed. I realized I didn't need to start from scratch. I just needed to find people who'd already done what I wanted to do. So I did exactly that. I found mentors, people whose success I admired, and I studied them closely. I didn't just read about what they did. I watched how they made decisions. I took note of their routines, their mindsets, the little things they did every day. And here's the key: I didn't just learn it, I lived it. I applied what I learned with full commitment. And guess what? I began to see results. Slowly at first, but with consistency, those results grew. Success started showing up, not because of luck, but because I was following the proven path. Here's the truth. Every successful person has left a trail of breadcrumbs. They've shown you what worked for them. They've shared the steps they took, the lessons they learned, and the mistakes they avoided. All you have to do is follow the path they've created. It's there, clear as day, if you're willing to look for it. The principle is simple but profound. If you want to achieve something, find someone who's already done it. Study their journey, absorb their lessons. Apply what you learn. There's no shame in following a path that's been paved by others. In fact, it's the smartest thing you can do. Every time you read a biography, listen to a podcast, or learn from a mentor, you're picking up clues. You're filling your mind with strategies that can propel you forward. So don't waste time trying to figure everything out on your own. Find the clues left behind by those who've succeeded. Follow them with discipline and watch how your life transforms. Success leaves clues, and those clues are all around you. If you're willing to look, learn, and apply, you'll be amazed at how quickly you can progress. There's a path to every dream. All you need to do is follow the clues that others have left. Principle 7. Learn to work harder on yourself than your job. Here's a principle that can change everything. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. It's powerful, and yet it's a principle so many overlook. They spend all their time and energy working for someone else, giving their best hours, their best energy to a job, and whatever's left, if anything, to themselves. But here's what successful people know: personal growth is the foundation of everything. Your job, your relationships, your happiness, all of it improves when you improve. When you make the decision to grow yourself, it has a ripple effect on every part of your life. Most people focus on improving their skills at work, and that's fine. Skills are important. But here's the thing: skills will only get you so far if you're not developing the person behind those skills. If you're not expanding your mindset, building your character, strengthening your discipline, then you're missing out on the real potential within you. Here's how I started applying this. I made a commitment to wake up just an hour earlier each day. That hour was mine. Not for work emails, not for client calls, not for anyone else, just for me. I used that time to read, to learn, to think, and to plan. I'd reflect on what I wanted in life and who I needed to become to get there. At first, I questioned it. That extra hour felt strange, maybe even unproductive. I wondered if it would make a difference, but I stuck with it. And after a few months, the change was undeniable. My work improved not because I was spending more hours at my job, but because I was becoming a better, more focused person. My decision-making got sharper. I saw opportunities I'd missed before. My energy went up and my stress went down. And here's the amazing part, that 1 hour of working on myself each morning did more for my success than any extra hours I'd ever spent at my job. The truth is, if you pour all your energy into your job but leave nothing for your personal growth, you'll eventually hit a ceiling. There's only so far you can go on skill alone. But when you focus on growing yourself, your mindset, your habits, your resilience, that ceiling disappears. You open doors you never even saw before. So ask yourself, how much time are you dedicating to growing yourself? How much of your best energy are you investing in you? Not for your boss, not for anyone else, just for you. There's a saying, your work will make you a living, but working on yourself will make you a fortune, and it's true. Your job will pay the bills, but personal growth is what builds wealth in your character, your relationships, your peace of mind, and yes, even your bank account. Start small if you need to. Take 15 minutes a day, then build from there. Read something that challenges you. Learn something new. Reflect on who you're becoming. Write down your thoughts, your ideas, your goals. That time spent on yourself is never wasted. Because here's the bottom line: you are your greatest investment. Your skills, your resilience, your mindset, these are assets that compound over time. And the better you become, the more value you bring to everything you do. Work harder on yourself than you do on your job, and you'll see how your life begins to shift in ways you never thought possible. Principle 8. The power of setting goals. This final principle is where everything comes together. Setting goals isn't just about achieving things. It's about creating a vision for your life and using that vision as a guide for who you need to become. Because if you don't set goals for yourself, someone else will set them for you. And what do they have planned for you? Not much. But here's the part most people miss: goals aren't just about results, they're about growth. Every goal you set should help you evolve, transform, and become stronger. The real power of goals lies not in what you achieve, but in who you become. Years ago, I'd set goals, but they'd often fall short. I'd get frustrated, wondering why they didn't pan out. And then it hit me: I was setting goals without changing myself. I was expecting different results without becoming a different person. Once I started focusing on growth alongside my goals, everything began to shift. Think about this: if you set a goal to get fit, it's not just about hitting a target weight or lifting a certain amount. It's about becoming the kind of person who takes care of their health every day. If you set a goal to start a business, it's not just about making money. It's about developing resilience, learning to handle challenges, growing your skills. When you set a goal, you're setting a blueprint for the person you need to become. Take some time to write down your goals, not just what you want to have, but who you want to become. Visualize it. Ask yourself, what kind of person would accomplish this goal, and then begin working on those qualities within yourself. Here's a powerful truth: when you set goals focused on growth, the results come naturally. You don't have to chase success, because you're becoming the kind of person who attracts it. Success starts to show up not as an accident, but as a natural outcome of who you become. But don't set vague goals. Be specific. Write down exactly what you want, how you'll measure it, and when you'll achieve it. Break it down into steps, no matter how small. The more clarity you have, the more motivation you'll feel. And that clarity will keep you moving forward even when things get tough. Here's the beauty of setting goals: they give you direction, purpose, and focus. They keep you moving forward, even on days when progress seems slow. Goals are like a compass. They help you stay on course, no matter how stormy the waters might get. But remember, the journey toward your goals is just as important as the destination. Every setback, every challenge, every lesson you learn along the way is shaping you. Don't rush the process. Embrace it. Trust that each step is building you into the person capable of achieving everything you dream of. So take your goals seriously. Make them big, bold, and challenging. But don't stop there. Commit to becoming the kind of person who can achieve those goals, because in the end, it's not about having more, it's about becoming more. When you set goals, you're not just planning your future, you're designing your destiny. And every day that you work toward them, you're getting closer to the person you were meant to be. These 8 principles might seem simple, but they have the power to completely transform your life. They've worked for countless successful people. They work for me, and they can work for you too.